King of the universe, creator of heaven and earth. We thank the Most Holy Father for this very special day, this day of Simchat Torah, this day of beginning of Shmini Atzeret.
Amen.
Because Hashem commanded us after we left Egypt. It's interesting how the Torah is constructed. But before I continue, I'd like to say I'm very happy to be here. When the rabbi called me and said maybe we could stop by and just give a little word. You know, sometimes it's not the quantity, it's the quality.
Hallelujah.
Because I remember back in the day, I was here early in the morning, late at night.
All day.
But, you know, Hashem said, maybe you better slow up a little bit, bro. It's like when Moses got to a certain point, he said, look, I can't be going all the way out there and coming all the way back. Y'all got to give me a little break. We work with you. So those are little tidbits on how we strategize. Even with Moses, when Moses was teaching the children, Yitro pulled him aside and talked about, he said, what you're doing is not right. You're going to wear yourself away. You see, so in the Torah, what Donna's teaching was based on, a very pragmatic approach. Everyday things that what the sister's talking about, mitzvot are the keys. Because that is the basis of a Hasidim, a Hesed. When they talk about the Hasidim in the Hasmonean dynasty, and when Mattathias went in and took over the Assyrians, they had a reputation called the Hasmonean dynasty. Where did they get the word Hasmonean? From Hesed. Hesed comes from having compassion for somebody else. That's the wisdom that would elevate up the tree of life. We ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, so we know good and we know evil. But how are we going to get to the tree of life and live forever? You know why we got driven from the garden? Because they knew that they might eat from that tree and live forever.
Right.
That's why we got kicked out. These are secret coded stuff.
Yeah.
And we're all on a journey together. What the rabbi was talking about, I appreciate that very much. And that shows that somebody remembered the stuff that you did.
Right.
And it wasn't forgotten.
Right.
And in the words of Korah, is remember our forefathers. I remember what Chief Rabbi Levi did. I remember what Dada Falasha did. I remember what Chief Rabbi Matthews did.
All right.
See, to remember your ancestors, that's the source of our remembering how to treat one another kindly. Chesed, be kind to one another. Because of your ancient forefathers. We are here today because of what happened on the plantation. We are here today serving Hashem. Hashem said, I'm going to blind you and scatter you to four corners of the earth into the islands of the sea. But he said, if you walk in my ways and do my statutes and keep my judgments, I'm going to bring these back from the four corners of the earth and the islands of the sea. From Pathros and from Cush and from Sheba and from Sabateka. He said, you're going to be the sands, he told Abraham, you're going to be the sands of the sea and the stars for multitude. Thousands of us. That's what we did. We got scattered. One went to Jamaica, one went to North Carolina, one went to Haiti, Sapase, Como esta, all these different languages. Yeah, man, you know me, ting, man. We ain't different. We all was in Africa together before we went in bondage, before we were scattered. When we had Israel, we were all one nation. And Hashem promised you, if you don't walk in my ways and keep my statutes, I'm going to scatter you. Not only were we scattered physically, we were scattered mentally, socially, economically, financially, and every other kind of way we were scattered. But guess what? Hashem is mercy. Hashem is mercy. He told us what to do. He told us how to be, how to act, how to follow. He gave us the formula. Everything starts in a process. Those that have ears, let them hear. Those who can't hear, well, listen, one day Hashem will bless you and you will too. That's why parables are spoken by the wise. Because you can't give a baby steak. You got to give a baby pablum. Otherwise, they get blown away. Then what did I do? I didn't accomplish anything if I dumped that on you. I'm going to be nice and easy and gradual and be patient with my people. That's why people didn't know. They were misled. They was listen, you got to be patient and have compassion on them for their ignorance. So when your brother do something that you don't like, just come and talk to him and forgive. We We just had a holiday for Yom Kippur to give. We have to practice that. Not just theory. Not just theory. Practice forgiving one another. The actual behavior. And once you see your blessings start to come.
Yes.
Because that's what Hashem wants. If you walk my ways, do my statutes, he said, I will bless you. He will bless you. $1 will equal $10. That sounds good, right? That's the blessing of Hashem. It's real. Paradise is real. When Jacob saw it, he said, surely God is in this place, and I knew it not. This is the kingdom of heaven. He said, the kingdom of heaven. Somebody said one time, one of those scriptures, the kingdom come. So there's the kingdom. So I figured out there's 3 kingdoms. There's the kingdom of the earth, which we all know, Melech David. There's the kingdom of heaven, and there's the kingdom of the shadows. That's where the shadow, you heard about shade. You all know about shade. It's all over the place. Not about shade. That's why we follow Torah. That's why we separate from Egypt the burdens of the Egyptians. You said you left Egypt, you left the burdens of the Egyptians. What are the burdens? Shade. Shade. Backstabbing, lying, cheating, scheming. All kind of problems. That was the bondage that we went into when we were scattered to 4 corners of the earth and the islands of the sea. I thank Hashem for bringing me here today. He said Hashem appeared from Quran. He said he came, I was reading it, the interpretation said he came with part of the sacred merits. Ahat Mirat Kodesh. What is that? What is that? This is very serious. If you're talking about something that's Kodesh, that's holy, we know what happened to Aharon and Nabi. They approached the altar and they didn't take it serious. Hashem burned them up. To the point where he didn't want to talk to Aaron about that. Don't talk to me no more about that. Don't come to me drinking. That's how serious this is. We have to fear God. Hashem said, I'll meet you at the altar. We have been trained to approach the altar. We have to approach only a certain way. There's no mistake. You know what it's like? I'm going to give you a word. Sacred geometry. What he said is sacred. Kodesh is sacred. What is sacred? Sacred is something that's secret. It's been held from you because Hashem don't want to give it to you right away. Because it's too much light. That's a whole system of Kabbalah and Zohar. As you ascend up the ladder, more light is given to you. More light. And you get more and more enlightenment. And more enlightenment comes what? More understanding. The whole system of blessings is understanding. Shalom, be ready. So this tribe, the parasha ends up with the blessings of the 12 tribes. I won't go through all the 12 tribes, but it's very interesting how you talked about Levi first. Levi is very important. Why? Because Levi is the priesthood. And the priesthood is what's going to heal the people. We don't have a priesthood that's operating right now. See, I'm a proactive rabbi. I'm not a theoretical rabbi. Because I don't want somebody else's theory. I'm trying to figure out why my community doesn't have a priest. And why my community can't grow and develop and become all that Hashem wants them to be. And receive the blessing. I know we can do it. I know we can do it. That's why we formed the Vision Council. To make sure we do some proactive in the community.
Amen.
So when we have our next Vision Council meeting, we're going to be recommending committees. So we can start doing proactive things in our communities.
Amen.
Housing programs for people. We're not talking business. We're talking Hashem.
Yes.
They get the blessing of Hashem. Let's make it happen. I don't want to sound like an Amway distributor.
Israel.
But we got to make it happen. And Hashem will bless you and you will be successful in the sight of the nations. It's no mistake. It's not a game of luck. We're not shooting dice. We believe in skill. With doctors who say, put it to a test. Let it rest. Expect the best. You're going to see that you're blessed.
Amen.
You got to test it. You can't be a doubting Thomas. Doubt bars the way. Oh, no, I can't do that. What this little short man talking about? That's normal. People will doubt you because we're so used to somebody giving us a story. And it never happens. Maybe one day it will happen if we apply the teaching. What is that teaching? It's embedded in the Torah. It's embedded in the Torah. That's why we keep the Shabbat. We walk in His ways and keep His statutes and do His judgments.
Amen.
Judgments are the maintenance of Haroshim, Kosh, behold. How do you do that? How is righteous judgment? You've heard, judge not lest you be judged. Wrong. Judge righteously. Somebody said, judge not lest you be judged. We know where that came from. I'm saying it like it is. It came from the plantation. I don't want to hear that. You're going to lead me to a strange God with strange thinking and strange ways and strange behavior patterns. And that's the reason why you got all that stuff going on in your society. I'm going to keep following you. Israel, we got to wake up. Hashem is in the midst. He's in the midst. That's the reason why we're keeping Shabbat today. This is a spiritual thing. This ain't a racial thing or a political thing. This is a spiritual thing.
Yes.
It's not a racial thing where you're Democrat, Republican. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Let's cut to the chase. Let's kosherize that bad boy. Cut the fat out. Sometimes we got to talk a little street. You see, I know I came from Brownsville, but I don't want to let that cat out the bag. Because hey, listen, you might misunderstand it, Because we are supposed to transform to a higher level of thinking. That's the whole idea of Torah. System of transformation. From a flat, dead-like person to up straight, right, and perpendicular before the Most High.
Amen.
That's why Amos stood in the place and put a plumb line in the midst of the people and said, this means upright. Be upright before the people. Upright. No half-stepping. Cut the half-stepping out. We need the men to come to the podium. The men to come to the altar.
Amen.
And be strong and of good courage. What he told Joshua. Be strong and of good courage. You got to be strong for them virtues. You got to be strong to be compassionate with somebody else. When somebody do something that you don't like, hey, you don't cuss them out. Come to them and say, I would like to talk to you. It takes strength to do that.
Yes.
To hold down your anger.
Yes.
What happened to Cain?
Yes.
God told Cain, He said, you have it in you to rule over it.
Rule over it.
You have it in you. I created you that way. He said, sin lies at the door. He was warning ahead of time that you're going to blow it if you don't watch yourself.
Yes.
It's always a test. Anyway, Abel did some wicked things, but we won't talk about that. Abel did some wicked things, the reason why Cain was that upset. Because he kept harassing him all year long, kept harassing him. And then he took his sheep and goat and ate up some of the crop. There's another version of the story I heard. And he said Abel took the sheep and goat, ate up the crops of Cain. That's why Cain couldn't make the offering. So of course, Cain was no joke, Cain was a tiller of the soil. You know what a tiller of the soil is like? This brother was built, man. He worked sun up, sun down. And you keep messing with this man here? You keep messing with him. He bopped him upside the head. And then he sat there. He was sad that he did that. Hashem said, what did you do? He said, well, my brother's keeper. I don't know where he is. I don't know where he went. And Hashem knew what he did. But he didn't know that Hashem was that advanced. He could see all those things going on at the same time. But anyway, it's a story. The message in the story is to hold down, rule over it. That's the message in the Torah. Not the fact that something took place historically, yeah, okay, yada, yada, yada. What's the message of that story? Why was that put in here? What does that teach us? How could that make us a better person? How could the Torah change your life? To raise your consciousness. This is not about staying in the same spot. It's about transforming to a higher state of consciousness. Supreme consciousness. Supreme consciousness. It exists. It's real. In yoga, they have all these names and stuff when people read all this stuff. You see, as a rabbi, I'm exposed to a lot of things, and I should study a lot of things, but I have to be able to come back to my people Israel and teach Torah.
Amen.
I can't teach Hinduism or Buddhism. I mean, we could talk about the Tao in the ancient Chinese philosophy. You can look it up, Tao. It means, you know what it means? It means the way. The Tao is the way. And it's all ancient Asian philosophy. And you can go up on YouTube and look up the Tao. And you can see what the way. And when Jethro told Moses, he said there's 4 things. Kukat, Torah, Dedek, and Ma'aseh. Kukat is statutes, Torah is Torah, and Dedek is the direction, the way. It's the same concept. And the Ma'aseh is what we see in the Torah today is the Merkavah, the Ma'aseh, the work that you have to do. Kukat is statutes. Torah is instructions of Hashem that we got at Mount Sinai. Dedek is the way you go, and the Ma'aseh, the work that you have to do. It's not for free. There's a price you have to pay. If you go to a bank and put $100 in there, at the end of the month, how much are you going to get out? That's not like banking in America. Take a 10% tax. That's right. You know, so but the moral of that story is you get out of life what you put in. It's not accident. It's not make believe. It's cause and effect. Action, reaction. If you do good, you get good. And you check it out. It works. There's no mistake. You tell me Eliyahu said it. He said, Eliyahu said, put it to a test. There's no mistake. There's no guessing game no more. It works. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, as they say in modern dispensation. Well, we're talking about salvation of the Most High. The Most High said, I, the Lord, thy God, am thy Savior. And besides me, there is no other. So we don't need no man that looks like a man or some person or some kind of idol or something. We know the true and the living God.
Amen.
The creator of the heaven and earth. The grand architect of the universe. He's perfect in all his ways. Perfect. He doesn't make a mistake. He left us a beautiful system of knowledge called Torah.
Amen.
Instructions on how to live, how to act, how to get along with each other, how to become rich. But in all of that, we have to be humble. We have to be chesed. We have to be humble people. Like the Hasidics, the Hasidim. They're good, you know. The one that sat on, ain't no joke. Them guys is upstairs in the Torah. I mean, spiritually upstairs. Forget about the regalia and the big... I ain't going to be wearing none of that. No. Because I can't look like that. I got different kind of hair. I got woolly hair. Plus, you know, I don't eat gefilte soup. I like red bean soup. There's nothing wrong with that. I still love them brothers. You know what he said about Esau? I don't know who Esau is, so don't get me on that track. No such thing. If this one is Esau, that's nonsense. Any brother you see a person, they say, but don't do that. Don't call them names. You don't want anybody to call us names, don't call them names. Wish everybody well. Be a blessing to people. Be like Abraham.
Amen.
Abraham was a blessing to people. You don't go cursing people and say you're Israelite. Oh, I'm an Israelite. No, you're an Israelite. If you're Hebrew, don't curse people. Set an example for people. That's chesed. That's being compassionate. And you got to and be a light. That's right. And show them that we have the teaching of the Torah. Look how we act. How come you think Jacob got over like that? Jacob was a smart dude, man. That's a smart dude. He heard about Esau waiting for him. Esau had 400 men. What did he want to do? Make some pancakes? He had 400 men waiting for Jacob. Jacob sent a message. My Lord, that servant, Jacob, he humbled himself. He diffused the anger of Esau. Because Esau knew what he did, his brother did. Brother outslicked him. But he gave it away. He didn't care. He said, what good is it to be? He didn't really care. That's why it came out like that. But he was the kind of person that didn't pay attention to what was going around him. He was a man of the field. He liked to hunt. He liked to eat a lot of meat. Him and Isaac, they was hanging out, drinking wine, partying. You know what I mean? You know all that meat. That's the reason why Isaac couldn't see. Because he had too much, probably had glaucoma. Couldn't see.
Yeah.
But Jacob was a man of the tent. That's the servant that Hashem was talking about. My servant Jacob. He said that in the 33rd chapter, the 10th verse, he gave Jacob the law and he gave Israel the Torah. Why did he make a distinction? He gave Jacob the law, but he gave Israel the Torah.
What's the difference?
What's the difference? You see, because the Torah, the law is much more profound. The Torah is a written word from Bereshit to the last word we read today. That's the Torah. It's got 500 something letters in it. But the law is thousands of rules and regulations. Way more than the Torah ever could dream of. So he gave that to Jacob. Because that gives the spirit. That's where the spirit is. Because Jacob was a progenitor of 12 tribes. So he gave Jacob the law, but he gave Israel the Torah. You can check it out. 33rd, verse 10. He said he gave Jacob the law, and he gave Israel the Torah. It's two different things. What law? Sacred law. When you say sacred law, now you're talking thousands of laws. Thousands. People get caught up on the Decalogue, the 10 Commandments. That's just a template. We'll start with that.
Yes.
That's a template. It's much more advanced than that. Unless somebody come who just walked in here yesterday, and you've been doing this for thousands of years. Thousands of years. No, I'm Hebrew. I'm an Israelite. When you're an Israelite, you know you're Israelite? You got the proof? You got the gene code? You did the DNA? I can say I'm Hebrew. I can live according to the Torah. I can keep the Shabbat. I can't say I'm actually Israelite because we don't know. And in case of this man, he's an Edomite. You don't know if he's an Edomite. So just be relaxed, be humble, be respectful, and practice Torah. Practice treating people right. Practice being respectful to one another. And be patient with one another. And your families, guess what? Your families start to get together stronger and stronger with each other. You start showing more love and understanding with each other. And things start happening. I appreciate very much when a brother comes to the Vision Council and Sister Deborah to the Vision Council. Let's do something about this. They step to the plate. Let's do something. We have a meeting, we have an agenda, and we work and we're on the path. Those are the journeys of Israel. We're on the path. The real live journeys, not the theoretical one, the practical one. Put it into action. Theory is one thing, but practice is what makes success. As a man sow, so shall he be. What you sow, so shall you reap. It's a law of nature. It's like a yin and a yang. What do you think Jacob and Esau is talking about? A yin and a yang. It's an ancient philosophy, good and bad. They intertwine with each other. We have to know how to judge righteously between each other. That's why we have priests. To judge righteously amongst each other. Some things are good, and some things are bad. But it's inside your heart.
Willing heart.
that you change the story from the curse to what?
To the
To
blessing.
the blessing. From the darkness what?
To the
To the
light.
light. From earth what? To heaven. And where do we come to do that? Beth Elohim, Beth Shalom, Ben Yehudah.
Yeah, it's the worship. Yes, sir.
We have houses of worship.
Yes, sir.
We have congregations. We have brothers and sisters that we can connect with. Say, yo, man, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
That's more important than Ani Medaberi Vrit. Okay, so you speak Hebrew. What about your behavior?
Amen.
You got teachers hanging all the way down there, and you're enjoying treating each other right.
Yeah.
Don't wear the zizis then. You bluffing me? What the prophet said, bend your heart, not your garment. Because you can wear all the fancy, the yarmulkes and tzitzis and all that stuff, and then act like a fool. And that happens because people are not taught properly. They're taught the wrong thing. They think it's just this side, but it's a combination of not only your thoughts, but your actions. And we are not perfect because don't forget, we were slaves. We had lost our culture. We lost our language. We lost our customs and traditions. So of course we wavered, man. All the burdens is upon us now. But guess what? Hashem said, I'm going to deliver you. That place where I scattered you, if you turn to me, I'm going to turn to you.
Amen.
If you turn to me, I turn to you.
Amen.
It doesn't work if you turn to him first and then he going to come to you. Although Jacob was a kind of a slick man. Jacob said, if you give me all these blessings, then I'm going to do this. That's kind of tough for you to tell Hashem that. Anytime when Moses ran into something, what did he do? He bowed down. Ish takabeh. So when you're by yourself and you're in your house, just some little place in the house, find yourself a prayer room and prostrate before the Most High. Just talk to him like you're talking to me. You don't have to know that I need to be anything. Okay, yeah, that's good if you can do that. But just talk to the Most High. Say, thank you, Holy Father, for your salvation. Thank you, Holy Father, for deliverance. Thank you, Holy Father, for the Torah. Thank you, Holy Father, for the Spirit. The Spirit of righteousness. It works. Anything you do in life, whether it's married, whether it's friendship, you work in an organization, on the job, success in everything you do. That's what it means when it says, when you rise up, when you lie down, when you go by the way. Matzot, Shiba'ot, Sukkot. Notice that? All three of them is feminine names. Matzot, Shiba'ot, Sukkot. And this is the last holiday, Sukkot. And they're all feminine. Think about that. So we have to understand, we have to rethink our woman. We have to rethink woman. We've been bamboozled again. I'm serious. I'm coming back with this later on about the relationship of us to the women and what part the women play in our community. Somebody misled us. The woman is the main kazane. The woman is the backbone of the community. Without the woman, there is nothing. We got to be strong and of good courage to support the women, because the woman supports the children. That's the future of your community. Through that woman. The brothers think they're strong, they're tough. They want to domineer, they want 10 wives. They can't even have one. They can't even have one, but you want 10. And look, listen, I understand we practice polygyny. Some people practice polygamy. Some people practice polyandry. There's different kind of social networks and marriages. We have a Torah and we practice polygyny. Ancient customs used to practice it. We don't do it today because it's against the law in New York State. So why tell somebody, why is a rabbi say, oh yeah, you should do that, and then you go get married, and then the State Department not so you do it. Well, the rabbi said I can have 2 wives. No, we don't do that because that's against the law in New York. So we have to adjust. Because you don't have to have 2 wives or 2 wives. If you have one, take care of her properly. And you'll be successful. Then you will see the blessing of Hashem. You will see the blessing come your way. I'm not talking from talk, I'm talking from experience. I'm 43 years into marriage. I think I should say something about it. Rabbi, you sitting right there? Rabbi. And of course, in due honor, Rabbi Levy. She sat with Chief Rabbi Levy. And Chief Rabbi Levy was my rabbi too. We like a family. When I come back here, I see all my family members back here. That's why when I see this day come and I spoke, but this is we family. I'm glad to see y'all. I remember James when he was behind a grasshopper. So why not come back to Shalom Okom? I said, yeah, sure, I'll come back and say Shabbat Shalom. If Hashem give me the strength, the morning I left and get out that bed in the morning and to praise the Most High. Hallelujah. And I've been through some stuff, you know. Hashem took me down into a hole. Then he hollered at me and said, don't you stop thinking about death. You die when I tell you to die. I got scared because I had a stroke in February and I couldn't talk. Me can't talk. Can you imagine that? With my big mouth, I couldn't talk. Man, that blew my mind. Yes, Rabbi, you blew my mind. I can't talk. I lost my power of speech. And 3 days later, brothers came up to the hospital. About 6 or 7 brothers. And they said prayers. Ezekiel, Kazan, all and Yehudah, Rabbi Yeshua, all together. They said the prayers. The next day, I was talking again. Amen. Joseph was in Egypt, and his brothers came to see him. He said, all the people were saying, his brothers are here. That's what they were saying in the hospital. All his brothers are here. They was all quiet like this and walking around there. They ain't there praying, man. You better be quiet. They got scared of Israel. Don't take it as a joke. It's serious. I may be joking, but I ain't joking. Hashem put the terror on them. He'll terrify them. For you. Because he loves you that much. He loves you that much. They will tremble at your presence. Those you wicked spirits can't take the Most High. No, they can't take it. That's why when King David, when he was a young boy, he rolled down on that field in that valley of Yehoshaphat and the old Goliath, selling all kind of wolf tickets. She ain't scared of him. I'm from Brooklyn. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't scared of you. You feel that thing and see that thing go, wow! That's the spirit of Hashem. Just like Caleb and what was the other one?
Joshua and
Joshua, right?
Caleb.
All the rest of them chickened out. I wouldn't say punked out because that don't sound right. They all chickened out. All 10 of them chickened out. Only 2 said, we can take it. We can do it. I ain't scared. They were up against some giants, you know. Akiman, Tilman. What's the other one? Shishai. You go back to that part of the scripture. These guys are no joke. You see Goliath, they were that size. And all the tribes said, we like grasshoppers. And Joshua, no. Like I ain't scared of you. I'm from the hood. I ain't scared of you. I can get you down. That's how David was. David wasn't no punk. Excuse me, expression. Because I don't want to be misunderstood. This is a time of Holy Shabbat, the congregation. You don't want to say the wrong things and mislead children. Because people take words and they mean different things to different people. So you don't want to say something that offends somebody. That's very important as a public speaker, a rabbi, a priest, an imam. You have to be careful how you address things. That's a man of integrity. Look how he behaves. Look how he talks about it. I got something out of that lecture. So now when I see that the last Shabbat, I got some more information to help me become a better person. To bring me up the next step up the particular ladder. That's what we need. We need for transformation. We try to elevate the consciousness. Everybody's going to be better off. Because guaranteed, if everybody in there had $100,000 in their pocket, I know you would be better. And it's not far-fetched. It's just a number. If we put it in our mind, you know, an old philosopher said, what the mind of man can conceive and believe he can achieve. I did some things with Amway. I sold, I did a lot of positive books with the seminars and all that stuff. And it really helped me a lot. But you have to have the right attitude. We've been engulfed a lot of negative attitude. The slave mentality is a negative mindset. So you have to have the right attitude first in order to get altitude. And then after you get altitude, you get magnitude. And after you get magnitude, you get all the money that comes in. You magnetize it to it. It's a system. The system that was left in the Torah. There's no mistake. It's not a guessing game. It works. What you sow, so shall you reap. Sow above, sow below. Noah walked with God. You walk with God. What does that mean? You hold his hand? No, his whole way of life, his way of character, way of behaving, way of treating people. That's what Noah walked with God. And he was righteous in his day. At that time, you didn't have all those laws and stuff because it wasn't anything at Mount Sinai. They had the same number of laws, probably more. But he gave Noah the Decalogue. The Decalogue. Simple. It wasn't even the Decalogue. It was you had no idea. See, there was a lot less because people lived a certain way, so they didn't have to have that thing written down. By the time you got to Mount Horeb and Mount Sinai, and then I'm concluding. Mount Horeb and Mount Sinai is the same place. The same building, the same rock, the same one. How come it got two different names? Why Horeb and Sinai? It's important to understand that. So, do you know why you're reading that? What does it mean? How does it impact you? How can it help you with your family, with your life? Because the word Horeb comes from the word Hared, which means dry. And Sinai comes from the word Sinin, which means filter. So when Moses went to Mount Horeb, he went to Mount Horeb, it was really Mount Sinai. He got the knowledge, it was filter. The reason Hashem is filter. You have to filter that knowledge so you can understand, you can receive. When we go into receiving, now you're talking about Kabbalah. That's what the word Kabbalah means, to receive. And when you receive, then you start to give, you radiate the light. That's so. Rabbi Yehudah, he's a rabbi over in Manhattan, Caucasian rabbi. I went to visit the Kabbalah Center several times, and I think we should understand Zohar, Kabbalah, and Zohar, because it's a system of transformation. But let's put it in a simple way. The Kabbalah is like this. Kabbalah, the Kabbalah is receiving the knowledge, the Kabbalah. That's the word Kabbalah means to receive. So after you receive the knowledge, then what do? Give it out. You see the cross? That's where they got that from. You don't need them. We need us. We had it first. We had it first before them. They come up with something now, a scheme to say, they'll give me a cross. I don't want a cross. I don't need nothing else but Hashem. Man. And I'm not knocking them. That was their fate in life, that they come back, put that in their life. But so you treat them nice, and be nice with them, treat them right, and be kind to them, and then you can share something with them, they get better in life. With that, I just say, Shabbat Shalom.
Oh, Shabbat Shalom.